Good morning. Our topic today, or our text today, is such an important one. It hits everyone in the heart and convicts the soul in such a needed and spiritually beneficial way. Let's just read it. Psalm 127, verses 1 and 2. Unless the Lord builds a house, its builders labor over it in vain. Unless the Lord watches over a city, the watchman stays alert in vain. In vain you get up early and stay up late, working hard to have enough food. Yes, he gives sleep to the ones he loves. Working professionals, are you working and growing weary of the long hours for what seems like an endless ladder to climb? Stay-at-home moms, are you waning in energy to keep entertaining, keep teaching, and keep up? People in recovery, are you growing tired of the constant working for what seems like a never-ending uphill battle of healing? Are you tired? Hear the words of the psalmist. Your work is in vain unless the Lord is doing it. This means that in your work, in your family, in your church, in everything in your life, God is not a tool to utilize to make it spiritual in some sense. This is how we think about God often, is it not? We live whatever lives we want to live, and when times get tough, we read some inspirational Bible passages. When we get sick, we pray for healing. Maybe as your children are growing up, you want them to make moral choices, so you take them to church because that's where they learn to do that. So often we view God and the things of God as tools which we use to achieve the goals we have for ourselves and our lives. And let me tell you this, that is why you are so tired. You are tired in the depths of your being, not a physical exhaustion at the end of the day, a spiritual exhaustion where your soul pants for water and rest. God is not a tool to use. God is doing all of it. You have a job because God gave it to you. You raise children because God is raising them. Even your attempts at spiritual disciplines, reading the Bible, praying, fasting, and others, are useless. They are in vain if you are trying to do it out of your own source of strength. Because if we're honest with ourselves, we don't have any strength. We don't have any. Because God is doing it. The psalm calls us to rest in the Lord. And Jesus tells us in Matthew 11, come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. It's the same thing Psalm 127 says. Rest is what we need. Rest comes upon your life when you realize that the Lord builds the house. The Lord watches the city. You don't do it. In all your life, in your families, in your work, in your spiritual life, and in your private life, trust in the Lord, who is the only one who is truly able to give you rest for your soul. Use the provided questions here as a guide to seek refuge and rest in the Lord today. Have a good day.